Right, so the wee Polo-matic, this disc's a bit pitted, and that pad looks like it's been getting a wee bit hot. Right. So, I mean, the pad thickness is okay. Let's see if we can see the inside. Hard to see it. Oh no, I can actually see that, that does. Could be doing a set of real distant pads in. Aye, so you can see the pad and you can see the disc. Right, so the pad is quite low on the inside. I mean, it got a wee while yet, but it is getting low. See this side, this disc I think is pitted more. If you can find the phone, you can get it in. You see. Oh. Wee bit bloody. See that side's thinner. Again, hard to tell, but right, hard to tell. But the disc is really pitted. You can see there's a big chunk off it there. Right, so you can see here there's a big chunk where the platings came off because of the corrosion. There's a pad on this side. Right, our pad's thick enough, but it could be down with a set of pads in this. So, and this is the side, yeah, the spring's broke. So, this alloy, although it has got some curb damage, it's this one, so you can see a big flat spot there, right? It's this bit here, which is actually cracked. So that's a big flat spot as well, but it's actually cracked it, right? And it's quite. So the crack comes down here. So I wouldn't take any risks with that wheel. It's hard to say if it's cracked all the way along there as well. Certainly the paint, or something happened to the paint, so we just need to speculate that that is cracked. So again, the pads are a wee bit low on the front, right, but this spring is still intact. There's where it stops from there. So we can see it is a wee bit rusty. So I mean, in a utopian world, yeah, we would say do everything we've recommended. So, but I mean, at a bare minimum, at least a wheel and tyre. I think it needs 3 tyres. So a wheel, yeah, I would probably go 3 tyres and, well, at least a spring. We always change the anti-roll bar link because we need it off anyway. There's no extra labour. That still looks like it's one that left the factory with. And then up there's a bearing as well. So there's a mountain bearing. There's one line over here actually for event traffic. And, well, we just assess it, but this one seized up, right? So it's not the bearing that's turning, it's the whole thing. So the bearings are seized solid, right? So that was a horrendous traffic. Same idea on that, just smaller if you like. So up there you've got a metal plate, and then up on behind the metal plate there's a set of ball bearings, and then a big bottom mount as well. You can see the nut for the mount. Sometimes as well, try to take them off those mounts, the captive nut spins in it, so sometimes you need to replace them because you'll never get it back on the car. So I will spray it all with some WD-40 just now. Right, so just need to hope it gets to them. So yeah, we'll be in touch on Monday because we can't get the parts out anyway. Nobody had them. It's probably because it's a GTI. So yeah, we'll stay there until Monday now. So that's Saturday. So I'll just put it back on the lift just now. Well, we'll see Monday what happens, but nobody seemed to have any parts for it. Wee Polo, so we'll start with the side that's broke. Right, we've got the pads and discs off it, right, so it's got some pads and discs as well. drive shaft out, I just like to take the ball joint off, take the whole thing, rather than try to separate that and hammer the hell out of that. So this one's built. So we've got two new genuine springs for it from TPS. So this is springs, Volkswagen Group UK, GT14 log, it's been paid. Right, so let's see. Yep, that's what we're looking for. One white dot and there's like 5 green dots. So that's the correct Volkswagen spring from the Volkswagen Group. You can see that. So genuine springs. That's a really good little car, this one. So GTI, I think it's a 2 litre auto. Still got a manual handbrake as well. Manual handbrake, so a rare beast. You can see as well, we've got the wiper panel off it. These have got, they must be basically be able to stiffen up the shocks. There's electrical connectors on the front. So we've sprayed up all those bolts as well because they look well crusty. Yeah, so these ones have got your electrical connectors on the top of the shocks, so you must be able to press a button and stiffen the suspension up on it. So I'd imagine that's rather expensive. I'm sure it says Volkswagen, but it might not have been Volkswagen that made them. So I'm not sure who made them, but anyway, we'll get this off, get the new spring fitted, and we'll get a look at the top mount. So like I said, these can be a pain in the ass, right? So you can get them off, and then the bearing that's in here can be knackered anyway, can be quite rough. So not much point in putting a new spring on if the bearing's rough, as well as just replacing all of it, because once it's on, it's, yeah, you can take it all back apart. So but what can happen is these nuts up here, you can see them, right? They can end up spinning. So see how this comes. Hopefully this is what I wanted, the whole thing, and it's not. So right, so get this connector off. There you go, funny little connector, isn't it? So you make sure that goes in the correct way, so that prong was at the front, so kind of in between these two bolts if you like. And it goes in nice. Right, so kind of in between the two of these, so I'll put that to the side just now, and hopefully these bolts come out, because this is going to be a pain in the ass. So putting our springs together, old mount, old spring, new mount, right, new bearing, so all good to go back together. Right, new spring, new bearing as well, so it's nice and free. Cleaned all this up, so we'll get new pads and discs on it and get this side built up. Right, so the front's all done this side anyway, we've still got the other side to do. Right, so that's got this new spring, there's this old crap one there, new bearing, new anti-roll bar link. So we've still got that side to change, still got the pads and discs to change on that side, pads and discs on this side. So yeah, probably be tomorrow now, time we get it all built back up. So last one I did of these wasn't a Polo, it was a Passat. We did the rear pads and this, and this bearing track falling off. So we took the car around it, had an ABS fault, so thankfully that one hasn't fallen off. So it was just rust basically, you can see the rust swells up and it breaks this plastic ring off it. So alright, this one's okay, but so we'll get all this cleaned up. We've already wound the caliper back to its service position, so that's good, and the boot's nice and intact as well. So we'll get the old pads out of here, we'll get that carrier all cleaned up, and we'll get it all fitted back on, and then we'll need to see what's happening. I think the guy's waiting on an alloy wheel. That is horrific, right? That's horrific. Yeah, this is a strong part of the wheel too. So, and it's got two. It's got another huge flat spot on it. Around about here. No, there actually. Right there, it's got a big dent as well. So it must have been a big old pothole. What's happened there? I've took two wheel nuts out and then jumped onto the other side. So I think I was just checking they were free. We'll need to clean them all up as well. So the rear ones have obviously been off sooner, and somebody's obviously cleaned them. That's how the front ones look. So we'll get it all cleaned up before we build it back up. So I've got the pads and discs on there, hub all cleaned and greased. I'm going to leave this wheel off just now. Still got a tyre to do, so and we'll see if a guy's got his wheel and then we'll decide what we're doing. So we can put this one back on, so we'll give all these bolts a clean up. Give the back of the hub a clean up if the car gets that, Kearney's auto. Right, they look better. And that looks a hell of a lot better also. So, this is this one. Right, that's got the crack, which I'm going to put on the back, right, because there's less weight in the back. But when you actually look at it, right, here, you can actually see it's flat spotted it there, and it's flat spotted it there, man, as well, eh? So, and that wheel that's over there with the new tyre on it, that was the one that's on here. That, when it's on the balancer spinning, it looks buckled, but I'll go and have a look, but I can't see where this one's buckled. So this was on the back, so there's less weight in the back, so no engine or gearbox on the back. I don't know if the guy's maybe been going with the tyres flat, no, like under pressure, maybe not been driving with them completely flat, but oh yeah.
Oh, you're right.
It's hard to tell where that one's buckled because it's not as bad, but nice. So. Oh, is it maybe there?
I was just thinking that right there.
Right there. So it's maybe been getting driven with just the tyres just slightly under pressure, and they're only shock profiles. Right, so there's not much cushion for the pushing. So I still clean this up. We've cleaned up all the wheel bolts, new pads and discs, new genuine springs. Aye, nearly good to go. Right. There's maybe a bit there that's buckled to see where the bubble's coming out. Right, so this one's the passenger side front one. But every wheel I've balanced, so the only wheel I've not balanced is the one that's on the driver's rear. This one's incredibly buckled as well, so it's not taking too much to balance it, but you see. That's definitely got a buckle. So we'll balance it up, but I think he's trying to get a new wheel for it, but it's in back order. I'd maybe just phone them up and say, let's just cancel the order and maybe buy another set of wheels for it. Maybe these ones just aren't very good. That's maybe why they're in back order. They're maybe constantly chasing their tail for warranty issues. No, they might have been lucky and nobody's claiming warranty and just buying another wheel. But for me, they must be very soft, because every single one's buckled. It's either that, these are the tyres that have come off it as well, so there's no signs of them being running flat. Couple of little beads in there, right, so you could say, well, actually that one you could maybe say, but I've seen a hell of a lot worse than that, like, eh? So, I've seen a hell of a lot worse than that. So it's either been, the tyres have been really soft, and it's, ended up buckling them all, because the roads are knackered, or just the alloys are just crap, eh? I mean, I know there's not a big profile on there, but still, you can see that bit right there, where that bubble is flat, so it's maybe that they're buckled and it's not getting a good sealing, or maybe just slowly going down. So we'll balance them and see. We just need to say to the guy. Right, so we managed to balance it to 0. Hopefully it doesn't vibrate its head off. Probably just recommend new alloys, but